They'll notice it as we're being watched there, but we're being watched here anyway, so... If we're able to, like, maybe blockade ourselves in the room and try and disturb the magic's top.
I feel it would be exceptionally difficult to blockade yourself in a room where they can open up a doorway theoretically anywhere.
Yeah, okay.
It's like, oh, you blocked all the walls. Cool, they're gonna open the ceiling now?
Okay. Unless on our way back we're able to somehow get away. But only I'd be able to imagine. I'm still going to the assumption as well that we get the card back at the end of it too.
Okay, let's go back then to what we were working on before. Assuming we get the card back, what do we want to attempt? Do we want to just try and attempt to sending to someone else and hope that they don't intercept it or just disintegrate the spell entirely? Or...
Yeah, I think trying to get in contact with like Raisin Ruhan and that bad.
You're cutting out, Kirsty.
It.
Can't be helped.
Oh, this is. I have to contain myself here. Oh.
I know. Sorry. Do I sound any better now?
You're fine. The
Okay,
music really helps us. The mood, I gotta say.
See, I'm so shit at problem solving. This doesn't help at all. Okay.
We have the potential to do a lot of different things. I don't know which ones we can even attempt that won't get shot down instantaneously. Literally.
You won't know until you try. Literally.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so what do we want to try?
So, trying comes with risk, right?
Looks at current circumstance.
Yeah.
You guys found the truth of the universe.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kirsty, what do
we... Garth and Kirsty, you know what the card does, right, as players?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Fred doesn't know what it does.
I have no idea what it does.
Crash mentioned it once or twice. I'm not going to mention it again if you don't remember it, though. Like this session, he mentioned it.
Did I?
Yeah.
Give it to us.
You said the numbers specifically.
10th level spell slot.
Yeah, there.
As I said before, don't think in terms of spells. Because keep in mind, a 10th level spell slot doesn't exist at all in 5e. In fact, it doesn't exist in, like, all the editions, except for, I think, 3.5. And that's on very rare circumstance. Meaning, spells that don't exist are now applicable. Spells that were previously purged from the universe by official D&D lore by Mithra are on the table. So we're not thinking of spells, sending, teleportation, circle, glyph of warding, whatever. We're not thinking of spells, we're thinking of magic itself.
Okay, then go back to like my original suggested ideas, which was shit like, hey, send a message back in time to not do this.
I just saw O use the Children of the Mechanicus thing. He grabbed it for...
What are you talking about?
You using that music, Oh. Hell yeah.
Nice.
And then he's gonna be like, why the fuck is Crash like at the music bot channel?
Okay. So in that case, potentially we could just do a lot. Okay. Could we potentially then just like make like a hole or something, like the wormhole thing, and just
to where?
Walk back through. Well, back to Wayfarer's Fork.
Imagine what you could do with a wish spell, and then
go beyond.
Imagine what you could do with more.
I'm gonna quickly look up a wish spell.
Wish spell is you can replicate.
Wish spell is literally the idea of like
higher power, or literally do whatever the fuck you want with reality itself.
Yeah,
and that's 9th level.
So could we potentially like Because we're technically in the Jagged Expanse right now, right?
Just use 10th level spell to kill the Archon right now. There you go.
He absorbed
No.
magic.
So
That's
if
what
we,
I'm talking about. It's just like, here's something beyond now.
Well,
that's-
don't just do random guesses. They told you he's a being made of magic. What do you think happens when you throw magic at him?
Well, if it's the case that is, we could just do one within reason with this card. We could literally just punch a hole from here to like Driftweaver's Bay, potentially.
And then have a massive gaping hole.
And just walk through, right?
I mean, potentially.
Yeah, so because then we wouldn't even have to bother like trying to make a safe, quiet. Like we wouldn't even have to bother sending a message. We could just literally just punch through, go. Before they even knew what was happening. Taking the thing with us, taking the shard events with us as well. We could just quickly send a sending, just like, hey, we're going to do this in like 20 seconds. Be ready, in a sense.
It's like 10th
So if it's like a
level.
wish spell, we could literally just be like, I wish to do a dimension door here, or I wish to get a key card that sends us here.
I mean, you.
I wish to be gone of this place.
The keycard thing
Card
isn't
for
a
a
bad
keycard.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Specificity would be your friend there. Just gonna say that.
yeah. You could make it so that
So
the ace turns into a key card that just has indefinite uses and just make a door.
Indefinite uses to indefinite places. Maybe.
I feel
Or
adding
indefinite uses to home.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Just make it a card that makes it a doorway permanently to like the front door. Or at least the front door's location, in case the front door gets fucking decimated. That way it's like, oh, we're on a mission.
Mm.
Fucking yeet.
Mhm.
But then
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting idea.
You can certainly try.
It also makes it more like a long-term...
Think about it though. Crash did say that attempting this
Could
has
kill
a risk
you.
of could kill you.
Also,
So you will
teleportation
probably
sucks.
want to have an ask in terms of the magic that is worth that risk.
hmm
Teleport us to God's domain.
I'm trying really hard to be helpful and not
You
putting
could
ideas in your head.
ask to go to God's domain. That is possible.
I don't like that
You guys
sigh.
can
It's
ask
just
to go
like,
right
oh,
to
God,
the halls of Golshak Krognek.
Yeah, that would work out well for us.
It might, if you survive.
That's the point! It's like, oh, you're at the halls. Cool, he's gonna fucking smite the shit out of you now.
Why would he smite the shit out of you guys? You guys are way below him. He's not worth it.
Okay, fine. He sends Marshall to go teach us a lesson. A lesson of
You guys
pain.
aren't worth it.
Uh,
Like Golshak Grognek isn't Khorne the Blood God from Warhammer 40k. He wants bloodshed of worthy blood. Fighting someone that's weaker than you is just being a boy, and it's worth it. It says more about you beating up someone that's crippled than the guy getting beaten up. Like it says, like, oh, you're so pathetic and weak and cowardly. You can only beat up crippled people. Okay, buddy, get the fuck out of my house.
Gotta punch it
It's
above your
him,
weight.
cripple killer. Careful, if you're crippled. Oh wait, I'm not crippled. I guess I'm safe then, huh?
Gonna beat his ass now. He beats up cripples.
Ha ha ha! You can only beat up crippled people. I guess that means we're gonna make you a cripple, so I guess you gotta kill yourself now. Yeah, like that's the premise of Golshak Krognek. He is a blood god, but he's a blood battle god, not blood beatdown bully god.
Yeah, but Kirsty and Garth, I think that you are thinking in the right direction. Personally, that's what I will say.
hmm Yeah, maybe just expand on the card, maybe. So, I'm gonna write this shit down. Okay, so swap wand card for key card. For key card, limited uses. Uses. So 2 home, I guess. And then what else could we expand on that then? Like,
I'm like a cut.
I don't know, full rest or something?
I'm like a cut inside my cheek. I don't know where it came from.
You probably bit your
ow.
cheek when you were asleep. Or is it like actually feels like a slash?
It feels like a slash.
Okay, now it's concerning. Did
Like a
your
lie.
cat claw your mouth when you weren't paying attention?
Like the inside of my cheek? No, as far as I can tell, Tango did not put his claws
what
inside my mouth.
Was there any sort of bone fragments or anything in the meat? Hard crusts on the bread?
No, it's like soft. It's like a bud.
Have you eaten anything else, like popcorn kernels or anything?
Nope.
Then that is very strange.
I'm being affected by a voodoo doll. Which is a pretty weird
Why?
voodoo doll, because most voodoo dolls don't include the inside of a mouth. That's an oddly specific voodoo doll.
$3D rendered.
3D. Oh, dude. The 3D printing industry must have been huge for voodoo doll industry, because they can 3D print exactly what the person looks like.
I still like the idea of tampering with time in some degree. Because that sounds dangerous and fun.
Yeah? Yeah, so it's like a timey-wimey, spacey-wacy card. Essentially a
Dr.
card in
Who
card
yes.
form. Yes.
I don't know. The
Right,
MMO
sorry.
Hearthstone is very broadly useful.
So
Yeah,
possibly affect time within a certain range. We should probably put in as well, can only be used by a specific number of people, i.e. like our party.
yeah. It'd be kind of like the that one wizard class where it's like, oh, you have premonition, that you have like a d20, but it's on a much bigger scale.
Oh, premonition, okay.
Yeah, we could just effectively have it be like, I don't know, a fragment of our consciousness goes back to ourselves and says, hey, here's the information. Now don't go through this door. Or now don't use that card right now. But here's the information.
Like hindsight kind of
So,
thing.
Yeah. Or at least something that would be like convincing, like, hey, you shouldn't go in because of these reasons.
So like some form of like, yeah, kind of premonition, hindsight type deal.
Kinda.
Hindsight. Premonition, and then so limited number of people that could use it as well.
Jesse never specified who she, quote unquote, works under, I suppose, in the form of, like, gods. I mean, I'm assuming, like, kind of like all in this case. I think as Garth, there's a specific one, but I don't want to entirely hazard a guess. Considering the domain of that person, maybe. That would make sense.
You can roll religion.
Sure.
Try to discern it. She did confirm it's not Zolgar or Fenazar.
And shit. Yeah, 10, no idea. I, as Garth, would think Vernier. And possibly with, like, Miss... I don't know if I was... Irrelevant. We could try...
What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
We could try and use it to, like... I don't know if contacting him would even be a good idea. He'd probably just erase our fucking memories or some shit. And then just leave us to our business. Or evaporate us from existence. I don't know. I did have that one idea of just, like, use it as, like, a cosmic level flare gun. Just like, hey, help! Shit.
Taking action would be better than asking for action.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking as well, see if we are using the card. Like, the only thing I'm really worried about is obviously them seeing we're doing something and be like, hey, stop that, watch out, and then we be dead, because we don't know how long it's going to take for it to activate either, so...
And you get one shot.
And one
I would
shot,
say
yeah.
Using the card is an action.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you're trying to do, it is basically instantaneous.
Okay. Okay.
I gotta say, it looks like a very tasty option from where I'm sitting.
Okay, so what do we want to do? Because we need to actually fucking settle on something.
I know. So I've got limited uses, blah 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 blah. Limited uses to home, time, yeah, some hindsight, premonition of things when we use it, I guess. And then I've got limited number of people that can use it, i.e. the party. And I don't know, maybe would that? I think that sounds okay. Worth possibly the death.
I don't understand what you just said.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
Sorry. I
Another
think
idea
that would
was
be
trying to dive us into one of the true god's domains and see what happens.
That sounds risky.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Actually, specifically because Fia is alive, and it was I can't remember the name, Marja twins, because it was like their storm, and they could have easily fucking killed you. Everyone else on that boat died except for you. I think possibly going there would be a not horrible idea, because they might have an idea of what they want to achieve. I don't know.
I mean, this is their domain. The world is their domain.
Yeah.
They don't have like a secret back room
That they
Don't have a little hobbit
hide
hole.
in. Yeah, they don't.
Oh
They
my
don't. The world is the in that county. They are the world, and it is their domain.
Which
It's like
is
Jesus
why-
Christ and God, right?
Which is why teleportation on here is odd, because they can just like shove it around wherever they want. It's like,
In that
nope,
case,
that
could
doesn't
maybe
work there.
Easy, just
try
don't
and be
teleport.
like,
Yeah, easy.
I'm being serious.
Well, then what do you suggest then, Fred?
I can't say anything.
Well, then shut up.
It's driving me nuts.
please tell me.
He's bad.
Yeah.
He's barred rather.
No,
Oh,
Fia's the bard.
He's allowed
I'm not
to
a
help
very
you
good
guys,
one.
but he's allowed to help you guys, but he can't give you guys any definitive. Like, he can't help you guys pick an answer. He can only just throw more stuff at you.
Yep.
Okay. I don't think it's because we don't teleport. We've got thousands of miles to cross until we can get to some form of friends.
Okay, how
Mhm.
about instead of us moving, we let... Here's a stupid idea. We let the world move us. We just pause where we are, like, fucking geographically or whatever the fuck you want to say, and then just have the world move, and then we just stop and just, like, replace ourselves wherever the planet would have moved.
Now you're thinking with magic, Garth.
Now you're thinking with really weird portals.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because...
Sweet. Okay.
Oh god, do we want to try that one? I'm okay with trying that one. because-
Yeah, actually, that sounds pretty cool. Actually,
Okay.
yeah. So it's like we pick a point somewhere in the world, I guess, or in the continent, and just use the one card for that. Potentially make it a permanent thing with a card, maybe, if that is a thing.
I'm hearing
Unless it's a
different
one-time
ideas.
use. Very different ideas. Okay.
Well, it sounds like from what Garth is saying, he wants to stop time. You guys basically step out of time and then let the world cycle, and then you guys will come back into the normal reality of time itself and be somewhere different technically.
Yeah. Because, like...
Oh,
So it's
okay.
not that you're,
Yeah, because,
it's
like,
not
the
that
Earth
you're
is constantly
teleporting,
moving.
it's just that you are staying still outside of time itself. And then the world keeps turning, quite literally keeps turning without you, and then you come back in.
That actually sounds really, really cool. Do you want to try that?
I kind of want to. The downside is
Do it.
we can't... Well, Okay, maybe. There's not like a ton of direction we could give, so we could be there for a long period of time, or end up 20 feet off to the right. So I think
It doesn't matter if you're outside of time. Go for
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah, that's also a
It's
good
yeah.
point.
We probably wouldn't even
just
notice
keeps
the
spinning
time's
to we're in the right
gone.
spot.
Yeah. We just have to wait it
Okay,
out.
fuck it. Let's
pretty
go
much.
with that one then. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go for that. Let's go for that. Yeah, let's go for that.
Step 2
Let's go.
accomplished. Step 1, you need the car back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, we had the access to the card when we were in the room that we were
When
originally
weren't
in.
under anti-magic stuff.
Yes. So we just need to get back to that point. So we could for that point anyway. Like finish. I can just finish reading my notes, not to rouse any suspicion. See what Hilbrand had going on. You can read up Scornkin, whatever, and then like give it an hour, maybe 2. We could be like, "Hey, we're done. Can we go back to our room now?"
Would we be allowed to roll like investigation on the information that we do have presented to us to like try and learn something?
Depends on what you're trying to learn. Like, you're not gonna be able to memorize the contents of like 17
Fair.
books presented to you.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of Scornkin books. There's like 3 Hilbert
Yeah.
books.
Here's a mountain versus like a couple notebooks.
Drools and Draconic.
Yeah. What do you want to learn from Hilbrand's information, if anything?
I'm pretty much just wanting to sort of have a skim through, see what it was he was looking at, if there's any consistencies with what we were looking through, and then if there's anything else I sort of maybe might be able to elaborate on at a later point, or anything I recognize. Basically, just get doing, I guess.
Did he have any theories on like what he was going to research with your whole accident before it was an accident? Maybe toss that in there.
Before it was an accident, it was pretty much a really big unknown, I think. So
Okay.
we were
As far
pretty
as
much
you
just-
knew.
Well, they were
As far
pretty
as
much.
you knew.
Yeah, as far as I knew, exactly. It was just something that they were like, "Huh, this looks really bizarre. Let's go see what's up with that." This could be a really interesting research point that could maybe get us a couple of grants. Let's do that.
So you want to look into what exactly then?
Specify.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So pretty much, yeah.
You're
I get
becoming a
actually.
robot. You're becoming a robot.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
You're fine now, actually. I think I heard you after it was done.
Yeah, my internet is sort of going from 3 bars to red 1. It's
You're fine now, so that's all
You're
that,
good.
Yeah.
that matters.
okay. This is really annoying. I need to get a new bloody internet thing. Anyway. Yeah, so pretty much, yeah, if there's anything maybe relating to the storm or anything I didn't know previously, I imagine there's an absolute effect on. But,
there is. Roll me investigation.
yeah, I guess just, yeah. General
Story
overview.
moment.
Investigation, you said?
Yeah.
Right, wait a minute, I'm at advantage, better turn that down.
Big whammy. Come on.
Ah!
That's a one. That's a
Oh,
one.
it's a big whammy, all right.
Oh my
It's
God.
a big whammy.
Oh, that pisses me off so much. I cannot tell you how much.
Oh,
Oh,
Don't one of you
hilarious.
still have an inspiration?
no, I used it.
We used it to not get caught directly
Ugh.
trying to communicate to each other.
Wait, no, wait.
Which I
Only
don't-
one, like, no, one of
No.
What if you
Oh
should
wait,
still
no.
have
Do
it.
I still have it?
You
Oh,
should
yeah, I
still
still
have
have
it.
it.
Because Christy said, I'll use mine. And,
You know what? Considering we're gonna do crazy card shit, and you might have to roll for that, I'm gonna hold on to it for now. Or I might have to roll
Fair.
for it. We might have
That's
to roll for
fine. That's
It's-
fair.
it's a
I'm just
very
gonna live
valuable
in
tool.
darkness and be like,
it. It's okay, bud.
I
We don't
will
have
tell
to
you some
roll for
info.
I will tell you some info.
okay, thank you for taking pity.
I will say the inspiration won't matter for the card roll. Like that's not independent.
it. Oh.
Like you can't. It's in the same way you can't inspire a lucky roll. It's like that.
It's just do one. Okay, well, if that's the case, then yeah, go ahead and take the inspiration.
Oh, okay.
You gave yours to mine
Mercy
for
buckets.
my communication thing. I'll give you mine. Or-
Roll investigation again.
That's a much better number.
Still not
Oh,
great, but not a 1 at least.
With a plus
Yeah,
12,
yeah.
it's
Not-
It doesn't go on your permanent record. 19.
Thank Christ.
Yeah, so there's a bunch that Hilbert didn't tell you. Surprise, surprise. No, the place you guys are investigating did have a preternatural, or a supernatural rather, storm, even more so than what is normally on Gathatha lore. Because Cthulhu has a magical weather all the time. It's pretty standard. Usually ekes out from the wood elven places. This one is a bit peculiar. In Tenkai, he was telling you the truth. There was a supernatural storm that warranted investigation. What he did not tell you is that the supernatural storm was on top of a Remnology ruin. Which would have been probably the end goal. And you found out through these notes that this was probably around the time he was going to tell you about who he was and who he worked for and what he was. Like, it would have been like a crowning demonstration to show and recruit you with.
That might have worked.
Maybe.
Probably.
And, like, apparently he had suppositions that inside this ruin was a remnant artifact. Not even, like, remnant artifacts show up in Remnology every now and again, and they're usually pretty mundane in the sense of what they do. It's like, this flask can make anything. Any liquid that is consumable. Sound familiar? Yeah, it's like that. It's like, perfect for a race of hyper advanced people that are super lazy.
Technically,
It's like giving a smartphone to a medieval knight, Medieval knight, here is iPhone 11. I see, it is my phone. No, it's an iPhone. My phone 11. This is the 11th one I've had. I don't remember the first 10. Yeah, sure, whatever. What can it do? You can call your friends. Call my friends! What?
Just yelling at the phone. Call Timothy.
What? Lancelot!
Lancelot.
Yeah, like, it's like that, right?
Beatrice, can you
Something
hear
that's
me?
really trivial and mundane to a modern person of just simply calling your friends is world-breaking to some, like, medieval person. Same deal here. It's like, this jug can make any liquid that is consumable to the person summoning it. It will quench your
Imagine
thirst.
how many
It will find your
years-
food.
Imagine
Here's
how many
something.
years you could save brewing.
Here's a thing. It can give me a long rest instantly. Oh, wow, that's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah, again, like that sort of shit. Whatever. But no, he wasn't talking about the normal mundanities of remnant society. He's talking about something bigger. Some sort of, I don't know, either power source, catalyst, focus, something. He doesn't know. That's why you guys are going to go there to check. But he never found out. And the place was ruined. Or ruined. Fully ruined. Annihilated. By the storm. So, never found out. Never will. So that's what we found out.
In hindsight, that feels strangely better.
Oh, the worlds we could have been in.
I know, right? Isn't that interesting that how just a different twist of circumstances your characters would be drastically different? It's as if that's the fucking point of a backstory. Anyways, though. Rose, what are you looking into?
I'm trying to think of, like, did anything that people would have done as, like, a mass extinction. I don't want to say genocide. Okay, genocidal tendencies. Anything people would have done for mass execution, aside from just shoot the fucker or send these units at him. See if anybody had, like, for Scornkin, yeah.
In what context?
How to eradicate Scornkin 101.
Effectively. Oh fuck! I was gonna say in the context of like the traders, see what they do, but I'm curious if there's any information that they would have had about the Wild Hunt's experience with Scornkin. Besides that, they
The Wild Hunt didn't deal with Scornkin.
What?
They're afraid of them.
They were.
They don't have to deal with them. Oh yeah, I'll just tell Fred just because Scornkin are the byproduct of generations upon generations of humanoids, humans, and those sorts of elves, those sorts of people being hunted by Wild Hunt. Over time, they start getting magic infused into them. So the Wild Hunt, fairies are the cause of Scornkin. They're the origin. Don't tell. Oh, he'll find another reason to hate fairies. I think he needs another reason.